Presented by Sprite, the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to 2K Sports. Along with Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. The action tonight will be happening out in Phoenix, where the Suns will be going up against the Dallas Mavericks. You take a look at the Mavericks. The game tonight marks their second of 4 meetings they will play this season, and they come into this one feeling pretty good after winning the last time they met. And as we reach the midpoint of the season, this is where you might find some rookies hitting that rookie wall. Was that the case with you in your playing career?
Yeah, because, I certainly was not accustomed to playing an 82-game season. It's mental as well as physical. But as a kid, we wanted to be here, so you got to battle through it. That's just part of the NBA adjustment.
Did you knock the wall down when you hit it?
I bust through the wall.
Oh, wow. I almost forgot.
That's the brick sound. Just send it to Kevin, Ernie.
Oh, you just did.
Greetings and best. Wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports. As we get set for this NBA presentation, this is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. Fireworks are always a possibility when these two teams get together. It's the Dallas Mavericks against the Phoenix Suns from the Valley of the Sun. And, of course, playing back-to-back games today, suffering the big loss last night. And, guys, the hometown fans not pleased with that dreadful performance. They saw their team get knocked out cold.
Yeah, they really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game, guys. In terms of their offense, nothing seemed to go right.
And once they started spiraling downward, there was no getting out of it, Steve. Their scoring just went dry.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Durkin Chandler up front. Udrich out there with Carter. And it's Evans in at the 3, the small forward. Dallas with the ball. The feed now to Chandler. And he uses the glass on the layup. Chandler. He's got his first points of the game.
Coach Rick Carlisle is really a competitive guy. He's hardworking, brings a razor-sharp intensity to the job. Former NBA player himself, but he's not what you would call a player's coach. At least he doesn't fit that description as we've become accustomed to hearing it applied. He's not buddy-buddy with this guy. He is clearly all business.
Here's Hudrick, averaging 8 points a game. The tray. And it's Evans missing. Suns have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Green passes to Dragic. And it's good.
And they'd love to have a few more easy baskets like that to kind of set the tone for the rest of the game.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Carter kicks to Evans. Evans can't get that one to fall. Now it's on defense. Here's Dragic. Chandler with the block. Nowitzki outside. Fader on the way. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. Nowitzki's got his second basket of the game.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway. Take the shot that's available.
Now here's Green, averaging 13 points a contest.
Gerald Green played a big role last season for the upstart Suns. He shot well from long range, and of course, the former dunk contest champ, more than capable of finishing around the rim.
And for a player who was basically cast off by the Pacers, Gerald Green, Clark, played a career high in minutes with the Phoenix Suns.
Really happy for Gerald Green. He is instant offense, a tremendously talented player. He's gone a long way to get back to the NBA, but he seems to be solidly anchored in now.
Gerald Green, hot and cold throughout his career, drafted 17th back in 2005. Steve, the 2007 dunk contest champ, we were there to see that. Then out of the league for over 2 seasons.
Well, Kevin, he was even waived by his teams in Russia and China. So you think about how much he's improved. It's incredible. He's always had the talent to play in this league. I think, had to figure out his niche, understand how to limit his mistakes. But last year, a terrific campaign for him.
Now, here is Morris. Dirk Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go. Evans against Green. He dishes it to Plumlee. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
And you talk about Green's dunk contest win, a 6'8" with a 39-inch vertical. I think that 39 might be low. I've seen Gerald put his head in the rim and look down. And I mean, in games, hey, I can't even do it justice trying to describe it. Just go online and look up some of Gerald Green's dunks. You'll be amazed.
Here's Morris after Dirk Nowitzki's bucket. Morris kicks to Green. Uses the glass to finish the lane. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%.
Oh, ridiculous.
Tore it down that time.
Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks there.
I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that again.
Here's Bledsoe following the score by Dallas. Green with the ball. Averaging 13 points a contest. Evans with some nice D.
Great job defending the hoop there.
So important to have good presence defensively inside.
And the shot is good.
What an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender, giving up so much size, there's no way he's going to get a hand on it.
Here is Bledsoe. Following the score by Vince Carter. Plumlee sets the pick for Bledsoe. Tyson Chandler pulls it in.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Hudrick can't hit. For the Phoenix Suns, they come into this one following a loss to the Wizards in Washington.
Kevin, that game defensively was an absolute nightmare. They went into that building and just got blown out by a very hot team.
Well, they didn't defend those shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started rocking and thumping and bumping, things only got worse.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Boy, guys, their play in the low post has been excellent right off the bat.
Yeah, and the fact that they're playing well, close to the hoop, finding points in the paint, I mean, they've got it all going tonight.
Free throw good for Morris.
You look at the Morris twins out there, Markeith and Marcus, and defensively, you've got to check those jersey numbers just to make sure you know who you're guarding.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Marcus Morris is checked in for Plumlee. P.J. Tucker comes in for Green. And Thomas subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. So he picks up just one from the line that time. And Markieff Morris, a little taller, a little bigger, 6'10", 245, but he and Marcus still get confused from one another all the time.
Still waiting for the day they swap jerseys at halftime when one of them is in foul trouble, but who knows? But, you know, they're just two rock-solid NBA players, very skilled, to be around in the league for a long time. Yes, they will be.
And here is Thomas following the three from Tyreke Evans. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Crowder out left to the wing. Here's Wright. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Phoenix making some changes. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Morris. And it's Ennis in for Goran Dragic. Dallas shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
You know, before this recent streak, the last time the Suns went more than a season without making the playoffs was way back in 1988. Look just how long it's been for them not to be in the playoffs for more than a year. I'll tell you what. Defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Mavericks leading by 7. Nelson dishes to Evans. And there's the pass to Aminu. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
A little over-eager right there. Left his feet too early.
And if you're already boxed out, you got to try to work to get around. Otherwise, it's a surefire foul.
And so here's Phoenix. Thomas kicks it to Tucker. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
This streak of the Suns missing the playoffs, of course, starting back in 2010. But 1988, a good deal of the Suns roster wasn't born then.
Aminu with the bucket.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good groove.
Now here's Ennis. And Thomas, here we go. He feeds it to Ennis. Lets it go from 11. Mavericks with the rebound. Clark, you look at last season with the Suns. They almost put an end to that streak last year, but ended one game shy of the playoffs. And back to Dallas, the number 8 in the West.
Right in the mix until the final week, Kevin. They won't have the luxury of being slept on this year, though, as the league is fully aware of how capable that group is.
Boy, what a fantastic opening quarter for them.
Yeah, it sure has been. Look at the lead they've jumped out to already. Impressive.
Suns trail by 10. Outside Thomas. Pass to Ennis. Wants to get it to Morris and does. And Wright pulls it down. And here's Nelson. Kicks to Aminu. Fires for 3. That's good. Aminu's got 8 points.
I couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's worked, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Mavericks ahead. They lead by 13. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
Spend your Christmas day with the NBA. Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers take on Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls. More NBA this Thursday night.
Well, Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Mavericks to be in. What do you think, guys?
Solid first quarter for this club. They came out strong, and they put together some nice momentum here.
Steve, I like the looks they've gotten on offense. A lot of good ones.
Suns trail by 13. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Budek out there with Jameer Nelson. Then there's Al Farouk Aminu. Then it's Jay Crowder. And it's Wright in at the 5, roaming the paint. And shot's good from Plumlee.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you hear?
Kevin, the Suns are the talk of the valley, but that's not all that's going on in Phoenix. USA Basketball is building a huge new $350 million training facility here. The over 10-acre site is scheduled to open in the fall of 2015. And guys, the Suns hoping those superstar players warm up to Phoenix in their time here.
Yeah, that couldn't hurt in free agency. Thanks, Doris.
Isaiah Thomas, a 20-point-per-game scorer last season, and putting up those points with great efficiency, too. And this came despite strained ligaments and a shooting wrist and other nagging injuries, and yet he continues to give production.
And here is Thomas, following the 3 from Jameer Nelson. 6 to shoot. The Suns need to get a shot off. They get it back. That's it, and the Dallas lead. Just taking the basket from Plumlee.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. And for Thomas, he'll always have his doubters because of his stats.
Yeah, he's only 5'9", and that might be generous, but man, does he pack a lot of game into that frame. I mean, he gets after it at both ends. He's a competitor. He's confident. As great as he is on offense, he does tend to give up a little bit at the other end.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Markieff Morris comes in for Anthony Tolliver. And it's Dragic in for Isaiah Thomas. And the shot is good. 8 points for Nowitzki.
Well, it's kind of been the story here today, hasn't it, Clark?
Suns trail by 12. Bledsoe passes to Morris. There's the pick. Green with the ball. Picked up by Nowitzki. Nice job coming off that screen. Green's got his second bucket tonight.
Now they're finally starting to shoot the ball a little bit better now.
You know, I thought this was the kind of play they needed in the first quarter, but as I always like to say, it's better late than never.
For Phoenix, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Suns moving the ball around. Morris dishes to Plumlee. Morris kicks to Bledsoe. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got his 3rd rebound tonight. It's Vince Carter on the wing. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession.
We'll get a chance here to take a look at Goran Dragic's numbers. Recent weeks have been really kind to his game. He's put forth some solid performances. Averaging about 15 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. And he's been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out to me about his recent performance.
Well, you think about his intelligence, court vision, both are outstanding. Those numbers are hardly a shock, as excellent as they are.
And so here is Dallas, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. And Chandler throws it down.
Well, the Suns with a huge lead in offensive efficiency last season under Jeff Hornacek. He really wanted them to get rid of the long twos. Instead, he focused on transition and living at the three-point line. That's why Phoenix was so difficult to guard.
Here's Dragic after the made shot from Tyson Chandler. Morris kicks to Bledsoe. Here's Plumlee. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Plumlee's got 8.
It was a slow start for him. But he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
Here's Carter. Here's Nowitzki. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Well, it's plays like that. Hustle plays on the glass and then staying with it, being active. It really caused some problems for that defense.
Now here's Plumlee. 11 points for him in that last game against the Wizards in Washington.
And a phenomenal showing on the board. His rebounding was a huge factor.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, man, he's got so much power.
Woodrick, the pass to Aminu. No good on the 3. Suns trail by 10. And the wide open shot from Green. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Green's got 11 points. Throws it up high, and Chandler throws it down.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Here's Dragic after the made shot from Tyson Chandler. It's Dragic with the drive. Green, no luck.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out.
Now here's Nowitzki. He's coming off a 22-point game against Atlanta.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
You know, with Dirk, he has the type of game where he might be able to play till he's 50. I mean, the way he shoots the ball, it creates offense for his teammates. It wouldn't shock me if he was around Dallas for a few more years.
Phoenix making some changes. Marcus Morris is checked in for Plumlee. P.J. Tucker comes in for Green, and it's Ennis in for Eric Bledsoe. The Mavericks also with a sub. Evans is checked in. Dragic dishes to Morris. Feeds to Ennis. Got it. Good job in the low post. And Nowitzki signing a new contract with the Mavs at a discount. In fact, Clark, one of the biggest discounts I think a superstar has ever given his hometown team, trying to give them cap space to add some top talent.
Yeah, I like seeing that because guys like Nowitzki and others that have made tremendous amounts of money are now at the point in their careers where they understand it's about trying to win and be competitive and contend for championships. And Not surprised, though. Dirk has been a model in every way since he's been in the league as a player and as a coach.
And so it's Dallas with it. The Suns getting the bucket. Here's Chandler. Here's Udrih. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. That's on Goran Dragic.
Pretty bad defense, letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know what's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
For Dallas, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Right around 74% as a team from the free throw line at this point of the season.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Thomas checked in for Goran Dragic. Dallas also making some changes. Brandon Wright's checked in for Chandler. Crowder comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Now, here's Thomas. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. There's the dish to Ennis. Thomas kicks it to Tucker. Clock at 6. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Tucker's got his second bucket of the night.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
Here's Udrih. 9 points last game. Nelson left side. Morris with the rebound.
I thought he rushed it a little bit, guys, because he had a clean look, just lost his focus.
They get it again. Ennis misses. Mavericks leading by 7. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Udrih kicks to Evans. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And the shot is good. And it's 6 points for Isaiah Thomas.
Another good pass, and their offensive execution has been impressive, to say the least.
The last 4 field goals have been assisted. Yeah, passing has kept the defense off balance, but to get assists, you got to make the shot.
Udrih for 3. It is good at the buzzer. Wow!
And that is simply a dagger on the way to the locker room. That 3-pointer feels like a 6-pointer coming when it did right at the end of the half.
And so we wrap up the first half. Mavericks lead by 8. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Tyson, coming off the loss in the last game, it seems like you guys are playing with a renewed intensity here tonight. What's been the difference?
Well, we just can't allow them to stay around close. You know, last night we had to let down. Tonight we got to do a better job of getting down, staying our ground, playing defense, and taking advantage of this game.
Tyson, thank you for the time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Dirk Nowitzki having a dominant impact in this game.
Boy, his rebounding was superb in that first half, particularly at the offensive end where he's really battling.
And that continually allowed them to get 2 quality shots on the same possession, Steve. That's invaluable.
Here's Dragic. Clark, you know this is the perfect time. They didn't finish where they wanted to, but the Mavs did sneak into the postseason last year with a very strong push.
And they took the Spurs to 7 games in that first round. A tough schedule for them at the end of the season, but they fought through it and got back to the playoffs. Very impressive.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Inside, it's Morris and Plumlee. Bledsoe is out there with Dragic, and it's Green in at the small forward position.
And for the Mavs, when they did get to the postseason, they gave San Antonio everything they could handle, taking them the distance to 7 games. Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break gave him a second win. He looks fresh.
Here's Udrih after the made shot from Goran Dragic, and he gets it to go. Udrih has got 7 points. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter.
Well, you knew if the Mavs got to the playoffs, they'd be tough, even as an 8 seed. There's just so much playoff experience on that team. It took a very good Spurs team playing at a high level to get by the Mavericks in that first round.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, gentlemen, Gerald Green was the 18th pick back in 2005, but remember, he fell out of the league for a while, saying, quote, I took things for granted. I didn't know how to be a pro, but I learned from my mistakes. I understand now this is not a hobby, this is a job. Now I'm a better professional, a much better player, and I'm all about winning. Kevin?
Nice comeback story, Doris. Nice story. Thank you. Timeout call. The Suns. It's been quite a game for Dirk Nowitzki.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
Now some of the best in the NBA right here. The top scores, efficiency-wise. Dirk Nowitzki, number 1. The 4th position, Vince Carter.
Well, both of these guys, Kevin, have had 2 of the highest shooting percentages this season. And even if the fans haven't noticed it, the coaches and their opponents have noticed it, that's for sure.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Outside Dragic. Now here is Morris. He's tightly guarded. Just 4 to shoot. Nice ball movement by Phoenix.
Well, still a great start to the half after hitting their first 3, even before that miss. Markieff Morris with a breakthrough season in 2013-14. Dramatically improving his scoring rate and percentages. He was a strong candidate for most improved players. He made his case as the long-term starter at power forward for the Suns.
Dallas calls timeout. Last time they met was in Dallas.
Yeah, and in that victory, they got huge contributions from their bench, and I thought their depth was really the major factor in that game.
Now here is Carter. Right now averaging 15 points a game. And he gets it to go. Carter's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. He saw the smaller man on him, took it straight to the basket.
Passes it to Bledsoe. Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got his 5th rebound in this one. Just to talk again about what Steve just said, they never missed a beat, Clark, when they turned to their bench.
Well, there wasn't much of a difference between the points they got from their starters and those they got from the reserves. A really balanced team effort, and you like to see that.
Here's Dragic following the score by Dallas. And now we're 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter of play. Carter comes in with the double team, and the wide open shot from Green. Green missing again. Dallas leading by 8. Now Udrih. 9 points in the game so far. And it's Carter missing.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And the Suns miss again.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release. Udrih with the excellent feed that time.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. It's Dragic with the drive. It's rebounded by Dallas. Chandler's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. On the wing, Chandler. Now Udrih, averaging 8 points a game. Fades, and Nowitzki puts it in. And now it's a 12-point Maverick lead.
A lot of things go into a team being successful. But one key is being efficient offensively, and the Mavericks were one of the more efficient teams in the league because They understood where their best shots came from and usually took those shots.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot. Yeah, because you know, if you continue to give up open looks like that, you're in big trouble.
Here's Udrich. Vince Carter on the wing. That doesn't go either for Carter. Guys, you would think as they get older, less shots would fall for them. But for the Mavs, it just hasn't been the case. Top offense last year, as you guys are talking about.
Well, they got older, and they seem to get smarter. They added a couple of really nice pieces in the backcourt. And as we know, Rick Carlisle, terrific coach, putting his players in a position to succeed. So that was an excellent offense last year.
Udrich can't hit. Suns trail by 10. The drive by Green, and that one is stuffed right through.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
That was one of those 3 or 4 plays that you see every night in an NBA game that just leaves you in awe.
Offensive rebound. Here's Nowitzki. The short one's on the money. Nowitzki's got 18 points in the game.
It's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
And the Suns call time here.
Mavs ownership has made it clear their plans and hopes are that Dirk Nowitzki would remain a Maverick for the remainder of his Hall of Fame career. You look at what he meant to this team. 4th most points scored with a single franchise in NBA history. A couple more seasons, and he could move up to 3rd in that category.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Marcus Morris is checked in for Morris. P.J. Tucker comes in for Green, and it's Isaiah Thomas in for Eric Bledsoe. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Brandon Wright's checked in for Chandler. Jay Crowder comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Al Farouk Aminu, he's checked in for Vince Carter. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Udrich. Now, here's Thomas. He has 6. Dragic gets the bucket. And Steve, you talk about Nowitzki's career with the Mavs, a perennial playoff contender. 2 trips to the finals, and of course the 2011 title.
Well, he's been the cornerstone. I mean, not just a great player, but a great teammate as well. Just the way he approaches his work on a daily basis. The influence that he's had on that franchise is just remarkable. The investment that they've made in him and vice versa has pretty much made the Mavericks over the last decade plus.
Plumlee, no luck.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Nelson with it. Now Thomas defending. And Nelson gets it to go. Nelson's got 5.
That is a tough layup with a guy right on him. Good defense, but better offense.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Thomas goes in. Dragic with a wide open look. Morris kicks to Thomas. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Well, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80% now.
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
That free throw good from Thomas. And the Suns making a change here. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And at the free throw line, it's all about consistency with him. Same routine, same stroke.
To the middle. Here's Wright. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And as we end the 3rd quarter, a great game. Both teams.
Spend your Christmas day with the NBA. LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers take on Chris Bosh and the Miami Heat. It's the NBA Thursday.
And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, this had to be the choice. It was an absolutely sensational feat, putting it way up there above the rim so that only his teammate could catch it. And not only does he do it, he powers it down from there.
The timing of these plays are just phenomenal.
No question.
And here are the Mavericks now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. On the court for the Mavericks, Jake Crowder out there with Brandon Wright. Then there's Tyreek Evans. Then there's Al-Farouq Aminu. And it's Nelson in at the 1. Here's Tolliver. Can't get it to go. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Nelson left side. He kicks to Wright. Back to Nelson. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. And Evans gets it to go on the assist by Nelson. Evans has got the lead up to 13 now for the Mavs. Balanced scoring, Clark and Steve, for them. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch. Everybody enjoying an opportunity to score. It's a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watch it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
Well,
Hey, Steve?
You're past the cream, too. I mean, while you're at it. I mean, this has been something to watch. I mean, just everybody getting involved.
Phoenix making some changes. Markieff Morris is checked in for Marcus Morris. Green comes in for P.J. Tucker. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Goran Dragic. And then for Dallas, Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Crowder. Crowder comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And it's Udrih in for Jameer Nelson. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle said to his team. He laid one thing out there for them, saying, now is the time to eliminate any chance of a mistake. We've got a good lead. Don't take any unnecessary risks or commit a silly foul. Smart basketball from here on out.
Now, here's Green. Pass to Tolliver. Clock at 6. Thomas. And he finishes nicely on the way.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Udrih, the pass to Nowitzki. Evans against Green. Evans attacking.
Tyreek Evans is an athletic smashing guard. He's really gifted at getting to the rim. But I think his outside shot, the inconsistency of his outside shot has held him back a bit. Ironically, he's a pretty good free throw shooter, but still lacks that touch from mid-range on field goals.
First free throw is good. Well, a starter for his whole career. Tyreek Evans spent most of last season, Clark, as a 6th man with the Pelicans.
Yeah, and you know, Kevin, they envisioned him in a bit of a Manu Ginobili role, providing scoring and playmaking off the bench. But after they were hit with some injuries, he excelled in the starting role.
And Phoenix making a change. Plumlee's checked in.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3-ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
Now here is Carter for 3. Udrih. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
And Evans, a player who makes some sense as a bench scorer. He's best with the ball in his hands, attacking off the dribble.
Here is Carter after Eric Bledsoe's score, and he gets the bucket.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
Now, here's Thomas. Outside, Green. Dishes it to Morris. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And for Evans last season, the shooting was down, but he improved his rebounding and his assist. He's really working to develop his jump shot, and I know how much that would really enhance his game if he can get it to be more consistent.
They've built this lead through plays exactly like that. He's easily been their most consistent performer.
Well, he's been splashing everything today.
Thomas goes in. Green kicks to Bledsoe. They get it back. Plumlee. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You look at what Plumlee has done so far. He's got 10 rebounds and 1 assist.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Boy, the points they've produced off their play in the post have been so valuable for them in this game, guys. I mean, it's been a huge part of what they're doing.
And their passing also continues to be outstanding, Clark. In the second half, we're really seeing a good, efficient offense as a result of that ball movement.
And he makes the first. Well, the Phoenix Suns, really one of the surprise teams last season. Expected to vie for the worst record in the league. They were a playoff contender in the brutal Western Conference, no less.
Yeah, quite remarkable the job Jeff Hornacek did. And you have to give a lot of credit to not only Hornacek, but also to some player acquisitions they made to move that team right on the verge of being a playoff team in the league.
And he gets it back. Suns trail by 11. Into Green. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
He would not be denied on that one, no matter what the defender threw at him.
Yeah, he needed just a little more effort to make that stop.
I don't know. I don't think any amount of effort would have done it. I mean, that guy was flying to the hoop. And for Coach Hornacek of the Suns, he oversaw a drastic improvement at both ends of the floor. From a team that had been the second worst offense in the league and the 8th worst defense 2 seasons ago. They were around the top 10 in both categories last year.
Now, here's Thomas. Green kicks to Morris. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Plumlee, no luck. Dallas leading by 11. Carter outside. Here's Nowitzki. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
For the Suns last season, they exceeded their Vegas over-under for wins with 50 games to go. Wow. A lot of people figured they tanked for a pick. Instead, I think they shocked the league.
Both good from the line that time. You know, guys, some pundits criticize the Suns for waiting too long to trade away Steve Nash and start the rebuild, but they sure have made up for lost time.
They did a great job. They made some good trades. Jared Dudley leaving, Eric Bledsoe coming back. That's really a key move so far for Phoenix in the last couple of years, and that was a big reason why they had such a good season.
Now, here is Nelson. And Evans gets it to go on the assist by Nelson. Nelson's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And a wide open shot from Green. Phoenix no good that time either.
And you look at the trades the Suns have made, even trading waiver wire acquisition Louis Scola for Plumlee, Gerald Green as a first-round pick. Green and Plumlee were among a number of young players who really made strides last season.
Here is Woodson after Dirk Nowitzki's bucket. The drive by Green. Shot to stop the run. The Mavericks pull it in. Nowitzki's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that goal.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead. And for the Suns, a lot of big trades last season. The final one, of course, sending out Marcin Gortat to Washington for a first-round pick. So this is a Suns team with a wealth of young players and assets. Already a factor in the West. It'll be very interesting to see where they go from here.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Phoenix. Beno Udrih, he's checked in for the Mavericks.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
It's stolen by Morris. And it's Dragic off the drive. Here's Bledsoe. And he gets it to go.
He wasn't fazed at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
And this is what they wanted, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. And I think it can be considered a statement win for Dallas.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one, Kevin, and then they do it again. It worked.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And making the right plays when they needed to, closing out this club for the second time this season. This victory pushes their record to 2-0 with 2 games left to go against the Suns.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for Dirk Nowitzki. And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else seemed to match as he chased down rebounds.
Here's Ennis after Dirk Nowitzki's bucket. Dragic dishes to Morris. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Well, he earned that one. Took the hit and still found a way to knock it down.
Yeah, fantastic body control. And the will to get it done. You like that focus.
Well, the Morris twins, Markieff and Marcus, drafted back-to-back with the last 2 picks of the lottery back in 2011 out of the University of Kansas. Steve, 13th and 14th overall.
Well, like a lot of twins, Kevin, they are extremely close. They live together. They even have the same tattoos. They were both thrilled when they were reunited with the Suns, and it showed on the court. They both played very well.
The Suns have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Ennis passes to Tolliver. Offensive rebound. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, even from here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the official. Well, you know, Marcus Morris enjoyed the best season of his young career in 2013-14. He set highs in every shooting percentage category. And he's one of many young players making impressive progress under the tutelage of Coach Hornacek.
Now, here is Nelson. 6 on the shot clock. Now the feed to Aminu. Off target from three-point range. And here's Dragic. Unloads from 13. Morris, no good. Now here is Nelson. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Tyreek, obviously a nice bounce-back win coming off that last game. What was the biggest difference maker in the team's approach tonight?
You know, we always talk about after the game what we need to do, so we sat down there as a team and watched them, and we point out our mistakes, and we just want to come in here and play hard tonight.
Tyreek, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, Dirk Nowitzki.